Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gaurav Gupta, and I welcome all of you once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. So, as I promised, I'm here again with the next session in line in the series of sessions that we are conducting for TISSNET 2022. So, in my last session, I promised that I'll definitely come back with some sessions on clocks, calendars, direction sensors, series, and different topics of uh, logical reasoning. So here I am. Today we are going to take on clocks and calendars. Now, my dear friends, in my last session, we have seen some of the questions from logical reasoning, and we have observed that every year there have been questions on clocks and calendars, which definitely comes. All right. Okay, so let's begin with this session. So first of all, good afternoon, all of you. Erar, good afternoon. Aiden Saha, good afternoon. Aiden, okay, so you are asking for how long will the session be? So the session will be for around about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so this session in this we'll be discussing some of the concepts of clocks and calendars that will help you in dealing with some of the questions on logical reasoning of TISSNET 2022 this year. Okay, so let's begin with this session very quickly. Anish, good afternoon, a very good afternoon. Okay, so friends, let's begin with this session very quickly. So before I'll directly jump to clocks and calendars, let's spend one quick minute on the timelines that we have and some important piece of information on TISSNET. Okay, so let's do it quickly. So first of all, yes, the applications are still open. So those who haven't applied for TISSNET examination, they can do so up till 7th of February. The examination is on 26th of February, that is a Saturday, and the duration of the examination will be 100 minutes. Quickly looking at the pattern of this examination. So 100 objective type questions will be there, 100 MCQs will be there. All right. And you will be given a total of 100 minutes to solve, to attempt these 100 questions. Now, one of the most important aspect of TISSNET 2022 TISSNET examination is there is no negative marking applicable for this examination. All right. And definitely the medium of this examination will be English. Okay. So there is no negative marking. All right. Now, quick look at the pattern. So in English, we have 30 questions. In maths and logical reasoning, we have 30 questions. And in general awareness, we have 40 questions. So that is a total of 100 questions. Every question has a weightage of +1. And again, I'm repeating, there is no negative marking in this paper. Also, one very important fact that you all must know, that there is a sectional cutoff for general awareness section. The sectional cutoff is not there for English proficiency, maths and logical reasoning sections, but it is there for general awareness. Okay. So they have already defined that for general EWS, Kashmiri migrants and armed forces candidates, there is a sectional cutoff of 14 marks out of 40 that you have to clear, okay, in order to basically be considered for further process. Okay. Also for OBC, NC and PW categories, there is a sectional cutoff of 12 marks in general awareness, and no sectional cutoff is there for SC/ST category. All right. So these are some important pointers that I wanted to just remind all of you before we'll enter into this session. Okay. Some questions from you, Nidhi sir. Make English efficiency video for TISSNET. Nidhi, English proficiency video, I cannot make that. I'm not a verbal faculty, but definitely, like I have mentioned in my previous session, Savitri ma'am and Nikita ma'am, they have made the videos and they are available on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. So it is better that you all should subscribe to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. This is the name, BYJU'S Exam Prep. Subscribe to this channel so that you will not miss any of the sessions which were conducted in the past and which we are going to conduct in the future up till TISSNET examination and further after that also. Anushka, good afternoon. Erar, should we mark all the questions whether I know or not? Yes, Erar. So I'll also be discussing these particular points when I'll be conducting a strategy session. how to attempt TISSNET examination. But yes, answer to your question is definitely yes. You must attempt all these 100 questions because there is no negative marking. Other students are going to attempt all the questions. So it's up to you, you want to attempt or not. So it's always better to attempt all the questions when there is no negative marking. All right. Okay. Now, Jagdish, is this students exchange program in TISS? Yes, definitely, Jagdish. There is a student exchange program, but this opportunity is given to very few number of students, like one or two students in a batch of around 70 students. All right. Okay. Now, let's begin with this session. So, first of all, I'll be starting with clocks. Okay. Some of the basic concepts of clocks, which will help you for this particular examination. Now, let's basically have a look at some of the questions that we have seen in the previous year paper. So I have just taken two questions as an example. So one of the questions that we have also covered in the last few sessions is for every 60 minutes. So first of all, let's discuss one or two questions and then I'll come to the concept of clocks, right? Okay, so for every 60 units that a minute hand moves in an hour, the hour hand moves by how many units? Now we covered this question in my last class and some of the students have given an incorrect answer. Okay, so I have a clock. So you can see a clock on your screen in order to basically understand this question. Okay, fine. Now, just give me a second. Okay, guys, am I audible to all of you? Am I audible? All right. So if you will look at this particular question, if you look at this particular question, uh, for every 60 units that a minute hand moves in an hour. Okay. So obviously in 1 hour, minute hand will go once complete the circle, okay, and will return to its original position. This happens with minute hand if I'm talking about 1 hour. All right. Okay. Now let's say the time is 2 o'clock. So hour hand will be at 2 and minute hand will be at 12. Now in exactly 1 hour, minute hand will take one complete round and will come back to this position. In this 1 hour, our hand will go from 2 to 3. So this is the units that they are talking about, the small units, 60 units, the minute hand will cover in one complete round. And in this duration, our hand will come from 2 to 3. So that means it will cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our hand will move by 5 units when the minute hand has moved by 60 units. Okay, so this was the answer for this question. All right. So yes, plenty of you have given a correct answer. Okay. Okay. Now let's go ahead and look at one more question. So how many times do the hands of a clock overlap in 24 hours? Now this is like one question which can be like explained conceptually as well if you look at one of the clocks. So in my last session, I have told you that in 12 consecutive hours, in 12 consecutive hours, the hands of a clock will overlap 11 times. All right. So in 24 hours, this will happen 22 times. Right. So this is already we have seen. Now with this question, you may remember two more things. Okay. So if I'll talk about 12 consecutive hours, if I talk about 12 consecutive hours, I can say that the hands of the clock, the minute hand and hour hand, will overlap or make an angle of 0 degree with each other. How many times? 11 times. Okay, this is the first thing. Now, the second thing you can remember is the minute hand and hour hand will be opposite to each other. That means there will be an angle of 180 degrees. So they will be opposite to each other again 11 times. So when they are opposite to each other, the angle between them will be 180 degrees. The next thing is the minute hand and hour hand will be perpendicular to each other. That means they are making an angle of 90 degree with each other. And this happens a total of 22 times. in 12 hours. All right. This happens a total of 22 times. I'm talking about 12 hours. I'm not talking about 24 hours. So what you can do is, Deepak, based on second hand, the questions will not be there. Okay, so they don't consider second hand when it comes to the questions of clocks. So they will only consider hour hand and the minute hand. All right. So in 12 consecutive hours, they will overlap 11 times. They will be opposite to each other 11 times, and they will be perpendicular to each other a total of 22 times. All right. So accordingly, you can find out the answer for 24 hours or 48 hours or 10 days or whatever question they will ask in this regard. All right. Okay. Now let's move ahead and look at how to basically deal with some other type of questions which will be based on finding the angle between the hands when a particular time is given, or a complete opposite question of this type in which you will be given angle and you will have to find out the time. All right. Okay, so let's look at two formulas that I'm going to give you in clocks. Okay, now these two formulas will definitely help you in finding the angle between the hands. So let's look at these two formulas and then I will explain you these formulas properly. All right. Okay, now the formula is theta is equal to 11 by 2 m minus 30 h. Now this is the first formula. The second formula is similar to that of the first formula. Theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. Now using one of these formulas, you will be able to find out the angle between the hands very, very easily. Okay, now let us understand what this formula is. I'll take an example later on, but let us look at what theta is, what is m, and what is h. All right. Now, first of all, theta is the angle between the hands. So it may be 10 degrees, 20 degrees, or it can be any number of degrees. Okay. So theta in this formula is the angle between the hands. All right. H is the number of hours and M is the number of minutes in the time that will be given to us. Okay, so theta stands for angle, H stands for hours, and M stands for number of minutes. All right. Okay. Now I have given you two formulas. So let's see which formula will be applicable in which case. Okay. So I'll draw a clock. So you can see the clock on the right hand side of your screen. So let's say the question comes out that find the angle between the hour hand at the minute and the minute hand. Find the angle between the hands at 3:35 a.m. or p.m., whatever. So you have to find the angle between the hands at 3:35. Okay, I'm just basically taking an example in order to make or in order to clarify which of the formulas to be used in what case. Okay, now the time is 3:35. So obviously you can easily plot 3:35 on the given clock. So you can basically draw the positions of hour hand and minute hand roughly. Okay, so at 3:35, the hour hand will be somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock, and the minute hand will be exactly at 7. Okay, so this will be the position of hands at 3:35. All right. Okay, now listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. Now, in these in this figure, if you'll observe, and you will start from 12 o'clock in the clockwise direction. So starting from 12 in the clockwise direction, in this particular case, minute hand has come, hour hand has come first. Okay, so if I'll start from 12 and we'll start moving in the clockwise direction, you will observe that hour hand will come first. Okay, and then minute hand will come. So in the diagram, in the figure, hour hand pehle aa raha hai. Okay, the formula that you will be using will be the formula in which hour hand will come later, h will come later. Okay, in the figure h pehle aa raha hai. Okay, so in the formula h baad mein aana chahiye. All right. So for this particular case, I will use the first formula. Okay. In the figure, H is coming before M, R hand is coming before the minute hand. In the formula, R hand should come after minute hand. Okay. So जो figure में है उसका completely opposite will be used when you are applying in the formula. All right. Similarly, like take another example. So let's say we have to find out the angle at 620. Now 620, if I'll plot in this figure, so it will be like this. So look at the green part. So our hand will be somewhere between 6 and 7 and minute hand will be exactly at 4. Okay. Now in this case, minute hand is coming before our hand. Minute hand is coming before our hand. So in the formula, M should come after H. So in the second case, I'll be using the second formula. All right, fine. So let's look at the application of this formula now. So we have to find out the angle between the hour hand and minute hand at 3:35. So I'm clear, like it will hardly take you 2 or 3 seconds in order to determine which of the formulas is to be used. Okay, कौन सा वाला formula use करना है. So 3:35, I'll be using the first formula. Okay, so here the value of H will be 3 and the value of M will be 35. Substitute these two values of H and M in the formula and you will get the value of theta. So theta is equal to 11 upon 2 into M, which is 35, minus 30 into 3. All right. So upon solving, 11 into 35, 350 and 35, 385 upon 2 minus 90. 385 upon 2, you can solve it very easily. Okay, so 192.5 minus 90 and the final answer will be 102.5. So 102.5 will be the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 3:35. All right. Okay. So this is the application of this formula, right? Now quickly note down these two formulas, formula number 1 and formula number 2. We'll call it like this for the next few minutes. Okay, fine. Now let's look at one more question of this type. So the question is, so I'll write, chalo, let's not write the formulas again. So the question is, what is the angle between the hands at 7:15? Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds. I want you all to find out the angle between the hands at 7:15. So first of all, tell me which formula is to be used. Okay, and then give me an answer for this. All right, any answer for this one? Angle between the hands at 7:15. Yes, Aniket, you are absolutely right. We'll use the second formula. Eden Saha, please check your answer. Bunny is asking SIBM Pune or University of Edinburgh, UK. Bunny, I'm not going to discuss this particular thing in length, but this particular decision depends on a lot of factors. So right now I cannot basically cover all these factors. Okay. Okay, so Eden Saha and Nidhi Pandey have given their answers. All right, so we'll be using the second formula which says theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. Let's get the answer very quickly. So h is 7. So 7 into 30 is 210 minus 11 into 50 is 165. 165 upon 2 is 82.5. So 210 minus 82.5. So it will be 127.5 and that is the correct answer. Nidhi, your answer is absolutely correct. Eden Saha, do you understand what mistake you have committed? Okay, please check your mistake. All right. Okay. Now friends, let's move to the second type of question here, which will be the complete reverse of whatever we have just seen. So In this case, what will happen is you will be given the angle between the hands at a given time slot. So in a particular range of time. So what they will ask is, or the format of the question will be, at what time between at what time between 4 and 5 o'clock, at what time between 4 and 5 o'clock, the angle between the hands will be 0 degrees. That means the hands of the clock will overlap each other. All right. At what exact time between 4 and 5 o'clock? Right. Now, what all information do we have in this case? So we have the value of theta, which is 0 degrees. And since I know that the time will be somewhere between 4 and 5 o'clock. So it will be 4 hours and some minutes. So that means we have the value of h as well, and we have to find out the value of m. Okay, so we have the value of theta, we have the value of h, because it is given that the time is between 4 and 5 o'clock, and we have to find out the value of m. Right, now if I'll plot these hands on the clock, time is between 4 and 5 o'clock, so definitely our hand will be somewhere between 4 and 5 o'clock. And since the angle here is 0 degrees, that means the minute hand will overlap the hour hand. Okay, minute hand will overlap the hour hand. Now the question is, which of the two formulas should we use here to solve this question? Come on, anyone, which of the two formulas to be used? First or second? Anyone? Come on, tell me. The first formula or the second formula? Okay, now since both the hands are overlapping each other, no hand is behind or ahead of the other hand, so I can use any of the formulas. You can use any of the formulas, you will get the correct answer. Okay, so I'll take the first formula, which says theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. Now theta is 0 is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30 into 4, that is 120. So the value of m will come out to be 240 upon 11. So this is the number of minutes, 240 upon 11. Now, Eden, in this case, what you have to do is you have to find the answer in mixed fractions. Okay, so 240 upon 11, how much this will be? It will be 21 9 by 11 minutes. Okay, so the answer that you will mark will be, or option will be like 21 9 by 11 minutes after 4 o'clock. All right, this will be the exact time, or this will be how the options will be given to you. Okay, so at what time between 4 and 5 o'clock the angle between the hands will be 0 degrees? So it will be 21 9 by 11 minutes after 4 o'clock. So this is the way you will be marking your answer. Now, not only in TISSNET, but this kind of concept will help you in different examinations which are coming ahead, like SRCC GBO or CMAT examination. Plenty of examinations you can use all these concepts, right? Now let's take one more question of this type, and then we'll move on to the calendars. All right, okay. Now the question is, at what time between 7 and 8 o'clock the angle between the hands will be 90 degrees? Now, any angle other than 0 and 180 degrees, please make a point. Okay, make a note of it, whatever I'm saying now. Any angle other than 0 and 180 degrees can be made twice in consecutive 1 hour. All right, so if the angle is not 0 degrees or 180 degrees, then there may be a possibility that such an event will come twice between any two integral hours. Okay, so between 7 and 8 o'clock, the angle of 90 degree may happen twice. Now, if the hour hand is between 7 and 8, minute hand may be at this place or minute hand may be at this place. So it may happen twice. Now, since it is happening twice, you can use both the formulas and you will get two answers for this question. Okay, so using the first formula, theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30 into 7, 30h. Okay, so here the value of m will come out to be 600 upon 11, and converting it in mixed fractions, 54 6 by 11 minutes. All right, so this is the first answer. The second answer, theta is equal to 30h, 30 into 7 minus 11 by 2m. All right, so from here the value of m will come out to be 240 upon no, it's not 240. Yes, 110. Yes, 240 upon 11. All right, and this will come out to be 21 9 by 11 minutes. So likewise, there can be two possible answers for a single question. 90 degree का angle दो बार बन सकता है. So obviously we'll find both these time instances. So the first time instance will be 21 9 by 11 minutes after 7 o'clock, and the other will be 54 6 by 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. All right. Am I clear to each and every one of you? Give me a thumbs up and give me a like in case you are liking this session and you want me to come back again and again with such sessions in the future. So come on, press a like button right now if you're liking this session. Do comment, share this session with your friends, and do subscribe our channel. I again telling you to subscribe our channel in case you want to have a look at the previous sessions that we have conducted on TISSNET examination, and you want to have an access to the future sessions that will be coming in front of you. All right. Okay. Now, friends, let's change our course and move towards the concept of calendars. All right. So we'll spend another 15-20 minutes looking at the concept of calendars. Now, the most important concept in calendars is the concept of odd days. Now, what is this concept of odd days? Okay. So let's have a look at it. Now, the concept of odd days is basically finding the difference between the number of days that we have between any two dates. Okay. Now, to make it very simple, we can say that a day will repeat after every 7 days. So if let's say today is a Tuesday, okay, let's say today is a Tuesday, then next Tuesday will appear or will come after exactly 7 days, right? Or it will appear again, it will come again after every multiples of 7 days. Okay, so let's say today is a Wednesday, then the next Wednesday will come after 7 days. After that, another 7 days. That means a total of 14 days. So if you will keep on adding number of days, which is a multiple of 7, then the day will keep on repeating. Okay, so this is a very simple concept that can be used to solve each and every question in calendars, right? Okay, now let's solve a question. Let's understand the concept with an example. Okay, now the question is, let's say if 2nd of February 2022, if 2nd of February 2022 is a Tuesday, then what will be the day on 11th of August, the same year 2022? Okay, so I have taken a very basic question from calendars. 2nd February 2022 is given as a Tuesday. It may or may not be the actual day. Okay, then what will be the day on 11th of August 2022? All right, so we have to find out the day on 11th of August 2022. Now, first of all of us must know the number of days in every month. So you know this logic: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and so on. So 30, 31, 30, 31, and so on. Okay, so you must be knowing the number of days in one month. All right. Now, starting from 2nd of February up till 11th of August, how many days we have added. First of all, we will be calculating this particular thing. Okay, so checking every month individually. February 2022 in total, the number of days in February is 28, out of which 2 days are already gone. So what we'll do is we'll start counting after 2nd of February. We'll start counting after 2nd of February. So in February, out of a total 28 days, 2 days are already gone. So I'm left with 26 in February. March, a total of 31. April, a total of 30. May, 31. June, 30. July, 31. And number of days in August is 11. All right, fine. I have written all these days. Now, one way is you can add all these days, calculate the sum here. Okay, and whatever sum is obtained, you can divide that sum by 7 and obtain the remainder. But I'll try to save some time. I don't calculate the sum. What I always do is I will quickly write the remainder when each of these values is divided by 7. So individually मैं क्या करूंगा, इन सबको 7 से divide करके मैं remainder लिख लूंगा. Okay, so 26 when divided by 7, the remainder will be 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now make the groups of 7. So 4 plus 3 will become a 7, can be eliminated. 2 plus 3 plus 2 will become a 7, can be eliminated. 5 plus 3 is 8. Now 8 when divided by 7, the remainder is 1. Alright, so 1 will be the number of odd days. Okay, so this is the number of odd days and 1 will be added to Tuesday and the final answer will become a Wednesday. Alright, so Wednesday, yes, it's the correct answer. Am I clear? Alright. So Pradeep, understood the mistake that you have committed? Yes or no? So this is the basic concept that we can use in order to solve any question in case of calendars. All right. Now this was one of the examples in which both the dates were lying in the same year. We started from 2nd February 2022 and we have to go up till 11th of August 2022. All right. Now let's see, in case we have to go from one year to another year, what we'll be doing in that case. So let us now completely understand about an year. Okay. Now an year can be of two types, a normal year and a leap year. Okay, normal year has 365 days, leap year has 366 days. Now, when one complete normal year is added to a particular date, when one complete normal year is added to a particular date, then the number of odd days will be 365 divided by 7, the remainder is 1. So number of odd days will be 1. In case I'm adding one complete year, which is a leap year. So leap year, 366 days, when divided by 7, the number of odd days will be 2. All right. Now let us understand this particular thing by taking a very simple example. Okay. Now let's say 1st of January 2022 was a Monday. Assume. So let's say 1st of January 2022 was a Monday. Then what will be the day on 1st January 2023? Come on, all of you. I'll wait for all of you for a few seconds. 1st January 2022 Monday hai. 1st January 2023 will be which day? Come on, write it. Okay, so basically going from 1st January 2022 to 1st January 2023, I'm adding one complete year. Now, I'm passing through February of 2022. 2022 is not a leap year. So I can say that I'm adding only 365 days. All right. Now, since I'm adding 365 days, so 365 divided by 7, the remainder is 1. I've added one complete normal year. So the day will increase by 1 and it will be a Tuesday. Similarly, what will be the day on 1st January 2024? Come on, all of you. So 1st January 2024, what will be this day? Now, people who are there in this session, please do respond. So it will basically keep a check on yourself if you are able to understand this or not. Come on, so you must respond with this. So 1st January 2024, which day? Exactly. So again, from 2023 to 2024, I've added one complete year, but I was passing through the February of 2023. 2023 is not a leap year. So that means I've added one normal year. So here again, plus one will happen and the answer will be Wednesday. Now finally, 1st January 2025 will be which day? All right. Okay. Now 2024 to 2025, I've added again one complete year. But now this case, I'm passing through the February of 2024, 2024 being a leap year. There will be 365 days, which, 366 days, which we have added. And here I will be adding 2. So answer will be Thursday, Friday. I've added 2 in Wednesday. So it will be Thursday, Friday. So final answer will be a Friday. All right. So I hope you would have understood with this example the concept of normal year and a leap year. Okay. Now let's look at something which will help us in determining whether a given year is a leap year or not. So how to determine whether a given year is a leap year or not. Okay. Now in general case, in a normal scenario, if a given year is a multiple of 4, if it is a multiple of 4, then it will be a leap year. All right. If it is a multiple of 4, I'm writing it as 4k, 4 into k. So if it is a multiple of 4, then it will be a leap year. As in 1980, yes, it's a multiple of 4, will be a leap year. 1764, it's a multiple of 4, it will be a leap year. It was a leap year. 1266. Now, 1266 is not a multiple of 4, hence it will not be a leap year. All right. Now, this is in general scenario, but there is an exception for this. In case of century years, like 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900, 2000, in case of century years, it has to be a multiple of 400. All right. So in a normal scenario, if a year is a multiple of 4, then it will be a leap year. But in case of century year, it has to be a multiple of 400 to qualify for a leap year. So 1600 being a century year and also being a multiple of 400, it is a leap year. 1700 is a multiple of 4. But since it's a century year, I'll check its divisibility by 400. Since 1700 is not divisible by 400, it is not a multiple of, it is not a leap year. 1800, multiple of 4, but not a multiple of 400, not a leap year, not a leap year. And yes, 2000 will be a leap year. All right. So this is how we determine whether a given year is a leap year or not. Okay. So now let's look at one of the question in which we'll have to switch among the years, right? So let's say question is 2nd of February 2022 is a Sunday. Okay, I can like give anything. So let's say it's a Sunday and you have to find the day on 2nd of February 2063. All right. So 2022 से हमें 2063 पे जाना है. Okay. So the date is same, 2nd February, so no challenge here. But from year 2022, we have to go to year 2063. Now, first step is I'll be writing what is the total number of years I have added. Okay, so total number of years that I've added is 63 minus 22, that is 41 years. All right. Now, among these 41 years, what is the number of normal years and what is the number of leap years? So I'll segregate the number of leap years, right? Now, leap years, I can write them as well, 24, 28. So 2024, 2028, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, and 60. Otherwise, you can use also the formula of arithmetic progression to get this number. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 leap years and the remaining 31 normal years. Now, corresponding to every leap year, you will add 2, and corresponding to every normal year, you will add 1. So 20 plus 31, that is 51, will be the number of odd days. Okay, now 51 when divided by 7, calculate the remainder. The remainder will be 2. All right, so 2 will be the final number of odd days. Eden Saha, careful. 2 will be the number of odd days and 2 will be added to Sunday to get your answer. So Sunday plus 2, it will be a Monday, Tuesday. So final answer will be a Tuesday. Am I clear to each and every one of you? Give me a confirmation, yes or no. So friends, this is the type of questions that we see in this examination. Though we have covered plenty of things, but the level of difficulty that we have seen in actual TISSNET examination is way lower than this one. Okay, RR, how to prepare for GK? GK sessions or GK section? You don't have to prepare for GK session that we are conducting. You have to prepare for GK section of TISSNET examination. Okay, so to prepare for GK section, obviously you require good amount of reading. You need to know lots of things about current affairs, static as well as dynamic GK. In case you are not well prepared, then you can attend all the GK sessions that we are conducting. So Pranav sir is basically conducting all the sessions on general awareness. So please go through all his sessions. They are actually wonderful. Okay. Erhard, you are asking, please make a video from BO. So what do you mean by BO? I actually don't understand this. All right. So friends, that is all from my side. Please do like this session. In case you want want me to come back again and again with such sessions just for my motivation as well, do comment. Yes, RR, I'll definitely take up blood relations in the next sessions. Okay, so the next session I've planned is for direction senses and series, and probably after that I'll be conducting a session on blood relations as well. All right, so please do like this session, comment, share, and do subscribe our channel. Thank you very much. Some of the important information for all of you, since all of you are basically preparing for these examinations, you must also prepare for the second stage of selection procedure, which is obviously the process of group discussions, personal interviews, written ability test, and so on so forth. So we have started a new program in which we'll be helping you to prepare for all these things. So the complete details are mentioned on your screen about this particular program. You can have the detailed information by calling at the number which is given at the bottom of the screen. All right. Next is, if some of you are preparing for or thinking to prepare for CAT 2022, you can join one of the batches that we have started recently All the complete details are mentioned on your screen, and you can go ahead by joining this batch. So friends, that's all from my side. Please do follow us on Telegram, do follow us on Facebook as well. And one important thing is, this is very important, guys. So basically, we have started a new feature in which the mentors will be interacting live with the students. So you will have an opportunity to basically ask your queries in a live format. So you can join our Telegram channel in which on which you'll be able to interact live with the faculty members, and you can interact live with me tomorrow at 3 p.m. on this Telegram channel. All right. So in case you have some question, you want to ask me something, then I'll be available live on the Telegram group tomorrow at 3 p.m. Yes, it will be a video conferencing, so you can chat with me one to one on this video conferencing through Telegram. So that's all from my side, my dear friends. Thank you very much.